Welcome back to the news at 10. There seems to be no more hiding place for unscrupulous fuel marketers in Kwara State. This is going by the new measures by the Department of Petroleum Resources, the DPR, to embark on the spot assessments of the filling stations there. During the last raid of filling stations by the DPR in the state, 6 filling stations were sealed off in Ilori, the state capital, due to failure to comply with the rules and regulations guiding the sale of petroleum products.
The Department of Petroleum Resources in Kwara State seems to be taking the fight against artificial fuel scarcity to the filling stations. Men of the DPR are out on inspection and on the spot assessment. They are interested in the meter reading, the quantity and quality of fuel in the tank, and how it is dispensed to customers. They want to ensure the filling stations comply with rules guiding the purchase and sale of petroleum products. This exercise goes on for what seems like 5 hours across the Ilori metropolis, and 6 filling stations allegedly owned by politicians are eventually found culpable. Their offences range from diversion, hoarding and selling in jerry cans to overpricing and under-dispensing.
The problem is this: they thought you want to stop them from buying. They thought you want to stop them from buying. That was why they reacted.
And what did I tell them? I said them, you are not causing problem for yourself, you are causing problem for this.
Can we control them?
Have I said that?
Can we control the multitude? They wanted to buy.
The empirical discoveries that we have made through this outing. The first place where we went to, like I said, my staff, the station was reported overpricing. I was personally there. First, we ensure that he reverted. And when we left, he resorted back to overpricing. We got the information and I sent my staff there. He mobilized touts. They threatened to burn my staff alive.
One of his staff said they threatened to kill him, which wasn't so. So when that staff came back, they came back after about 3 hours, and they wanted to seal the station. All that we were having at that time was just about 500, 700 liters. They thought the DPR executives want to stop them from buying, because they know that as soon as they seal the station, they will not be able to buy. So they are desperate to buy. You understand? They are desperate to buy. So when there's somebody who wants to stop them from buying, you know, definitely they will react.
The penalties include 2 million naira fine each. The stations are also sealed off and suspended from selling for 2 months.
The mudslide tragedy that wiped out 4 members of a family in Isheri Magodo area of Lagos State is still fresh in the mind. The incident has sparked an investigation by the Lagos State Safety Commission into homes built along erosion-prone areas, which the authorities say have been built without consideration. However, the residents say that their stay is under approval by the authorities and their problems are neighbours who break environmental laws. Our correspondent Oreolua Shunibare reports.
It's the day after, but the nightmare that hit the Odia family on November the 7th still lingers. Some of the rubble excavated from the house serves as a chilling reminder of the experience. Consolation from family, church members and neighbors is on, but it's a bitter pill to swallow. If this man had been told the day before that by the morning his 4 children would lay lifeless before him, he would certainly not have taken it lightly. So this reality to him is surreal. Sorrow turns to fury when the residents begin to point at what they claim to be the root cause of their problems.
As the rain starts, if you look that place...
The community leader says the neighbors above are always contravening agreements reached over ways to channel the water to avoid disasters.
The issue that happens here is caused by the people building house up here. Initially, that place have been earmarked as setback to the Magodo Phase 1 estate. But all of a sudden, we just see them constructing gigantic buildings to this setback. Government already left that place as setback for the Magodo Phase 1. But as they have started doing it, the community, our Bale, the residents association, we went there to tell them, look, what we are doing, we are not disturbing you, but you must create channelization. How this water will go to the river. But they were fooling us. They cannot talk to us. And since the incident have been happening, we've been contacting them. Say, come and see what you have been causing. Unlike this place, if you can find this place, this thing roll from all above, all from this place what they are constructing. If you see the pipes over there, all the pipes they were channeling individually their waters. This place is a standard bungalow. It was a heavy rain erosion one afternoon that collapsed a whole building.
But for the authorities who were on hand to provide rescue support, the houses should not be here in the first place, and they have them marked for demolition.
Government has been out over time, particularly sensitizing people that the rains are still coming, that the rains are not over, and that those living at the flood-prone areas should take extra precaution.
Again, the residents claim the government is aware of the stay there.
This place has been ratified by Lagos State government for residential. Here we are having 2 Lagos State special estates in this Orisha, Otararomi. And they were creating a very created avenue for the community, which we have a bylaw in council here.
However the case ends, what is paramount is safety and avoidance of this sort of tragedy, because it is not a pleasant tale to share. Orolu Ashonibare, Channels Television News.
Waterfalls in Kwara State is adjudged to be one of the highest in Africa, standing at 120 meters high. Despite the presence of this waterfall and the huge deposits of other mineral resources in this locality, little or nothing is seen as beneficial to the people there. In our community report tonight, correspondent Chris Ellems shares his experience at Owakajola, home of the waterfall.
Now you're talking.
Kwara State, North Central Nigeria, is made up of 16 local government areas with population put at about 2.5 million people. However, about 10% of these people live in Ifelodun local council area are judged to be the biggest in the state, covering about 3,400 square kilometers. Of the over 43 villages and towns in this locality, Owakajola stands out because of the presence of the magnificent Owu Falls, one of the highest in West Africa, with a height of over 120 meters. From Oke Onigbi to Owu Falls, it's about 33 kilometers through the undulating hills and vast vegetation. And only 3 kilometers of this stretch is tarred.
If a government can give us a hand of fellowship by assisting us make this road better and develop the tourism, the force, so and have tourism there. I think all over the world, students can be coming, even the white people everywhere, they can come because it is a natural gift that God gave the two community.
A large deposit of limestones, gypsum, marbles and other precious stones that can be used for cement production, tiles, ceramics, skincare products are found here in large quantity, unexplored. Finally, we arrive at Owakajola and the people are glad we came. Owu Falls is located 5 kilometers from the town, and we immediately set out to see this place that has been dubbed Wonder in the Wilderness and has been compared to the Niagara Falls in the USA, though Owu Falls is over 60 meters higher. While Niagara Falls as of 2010 attracted over 20 million visitors, Owu Falls, on the other hand, can barely boast of 1,000 visitors per year due to the bad states of the road and lack of supporting infrastructure. Finally, we arrive this amazing gift of nature to Kwara State. The waterfalls, with water cascading from a great height with pressure that seems to mount intermittently.
One of the effects you see there is the echo you get. You speak and you get an echo back. And the ambience generally is beautiful. Everybody goes there and they like it. It's one of the natural wonders, I would like to say, of Kwara State. Sadly, the appropriate infrastructure is not in place. The road leading to that place is a federal road. It will cost a lot of billions to fix it. And this administration's strategy for driving tourism is to partner with the private sector.
Beyond the tourism value derivable from this fall, there are other benefits inherent, especially in hydroelectric power generation.
Promotes marketability, because the tourists will have to buy, when they come on tour, they will have to buy goods from the local people.
Down with the visit, it's time to go. But my excitement has a pinch of disappointment by the potential money spinner, such as the waterfalls, that could generate employment opportunities, has not been given the due attention. Chris Elems, Channels Television News.
Now you're talking.
And now to the arts. Synonyms is an exhibition by Gbadebo Oluwaseyi at the Quintessence Gallery in Lagos. With over 20 works of art, his art tries to connect the dots between man and man's best friend. On Art Review, we take a look at his synonyms.
Man's Heritage and Man's Best Friend is the title of Gbadebo Oluwaseyi's first solo exhibition at Quintessence Gallery, Lagos.
I work with oil color majorly, but there are some few of my works that are in acrylic. I used palette knife for my works, and they are impressionistic. Some of my works, I paint them in alla prima at a sitting, just finish it all, and some take a period of time, a process. But I find achieving my works in a swift manner interesting. As if you observe my works, you see swift strokes of palette knife on it. So I love bold stroke, bold colors, and that's what I've done with my works here in Synonyms.
And what has he put out there? Portraits done with oil on canvas, with the subject making faces. He has titled it appropriately, because anyone can tell what each piece is about from looking at them. There are also two issues he's addressing and trying to find the missing link. We see works of art such as Baby's Rage, Daddy's Glasses, I Hear You. That's for the cute and cuddly children.
Daniel is one of my students back in Benin while I was serving, I met Daniel and he inspires me as a young child because of his ability to always put up a smile on his face no matter what.
For the dogs like Bruno, Lola, and Rex, their paintings speak louder than words. You can tell which one is happy, sad, or bored.
My experience with dogs, because I have a dog that my brother owns, now late, Coco. Coco goes by my side anything I do, and she has the ability to read my mood also. This inspires me as a person to just see the beauty and joy on their faces, children and dogs. So that's how Synonyms came about.
Is the emotion the catch? Or is the artist just one who adores children?
I'm inspired by children, by faces of children. The joy on their face, the ability for them, to make life beautiful.
Man's best friend also has some virtues that catches his eye. Probably a dog lover.
It has been a product of my past experience with children and pets. Because I've spent time with children. I've taught in 2 primary schools, before doing this. So children have something about them that is fascinating. Their innocence, their beauty. The value that they possess is very interesting. And dogs on the other side, they tend to be loyal personalities, as in loyal pets. Their ability to stay with you for a long time, and they can read our moods. And both of them, they are not self-sufficient. They look up to man, to care for them and cater for them.
He's a graduate of the Ladoke Akintola University of Technology, Ogbomosho, Oyo State, southwest Nigeria.
Still ahead on the news at 10 is the Battle of the Titans as Nigeria's Golden Eaglets face Mali in the finals of the FIFA Under-17 World Cup. That's on Sports News. Do stay with us.